there comes a sacred moment in the journey of every chosen one when everything begins to make sense. A moment when the battles of the past, the sleepless nights, the lonely roads, and the endless tests are no longer just pain. They are proof. Proof that you are being prepared for something greater than yourself. This crown that rests upon your spirit today did not come cheaply. It was not handed to you by chance, nor was it placed on your head by the applause of the crowd. No, chosen one, this crown was forged in fire. It was molded in silence. It was built in the places where no one was watching, where your tears fell unseen, and where your cries echoed back only to your own soul. The crown fits you now because you have carried the weight of struggles that could have crushed you. It fits you because you endured storms that should have destroyed you. It fits you because you stood firm when the world tried to break you. When others looked at your life and saw failure, heaven was writing resilience. When people turned their backs on you, destiny kept pulling you forward. And even when you thought you could not take another step, some deeper force within you whispered, "Keep going. You are not finished yet." That whisper was not weakness, it was not desperation. It was the voice of your calling, the reminder that you were chosen. And though the path was not easy, though the burden was heavy, though the nights were long, you paid the price. You carried the crown before anyone could see it. You bore the weight of it in your soul long before it ever became visible in your life. Every trial shaped it. Every scar polished it. Every loss carved its details. And now, after all that you have endured, the crown finally rests upon your head, and it fits. Chosen one, understand this. You did not stumble into this moment by accident. You arrived here by survival, by endurance, by faith that refused to die. The crown belongs to you because you have walked the path no one else could walk. And now, the world will see what heaven already knew all along. The crown fits you because you paid the price. Most people only see the crown. They admire the glow that now surrounds you. They admire the confidence in your walk, the quiet authority in your words, the unshakable calm in your presence. To them, you look untouchable, unstoppable, almost as if life has always favored you. But what they do not see is the story behind that crown. They don't see the nights you cried yourself to sleep when pain pressed against your chest like a weight too heavy to carry. They don't see the mornings you had to force yourself out of bed, whispering to your own spirit just to keep moving forward. They don't see the countless times you were left alone, misunderstood, overlooked, and betrayed. They do not know how many times you were broken in silence, how many times you prayed for just one sign that it was all worth it, how many times you had to hold yourself together when everything around you was falling apart. You carried burdens that could have destroyed another soul. You endured ridicule when you spoke your truth. You endured rejection when you stood firm in your authenticity. You endured isolation when you refused to follow the crowd. People laughed when you dreamed. They mocked when you stumbled. Some secretly celebrated your pain, hoping you would never rise again. Yet every single time you rose. Every time the world tried to bury you, you broke through the soil stronger, deeper, and more rooted than before. Every time life knocked you down, you stood back up with more fire in your spirit and more determination in your step. That is why the crown belongs to you. Not because it was handed to you, not because it was easy, not because it was convenient. The crown belongs to you because you refused to surrender when surrender would have been the easier path. The crown belongs to you because you chose resilience when despair was whispering in your ear. The crown belongs to you because you kept faith alive when all evidence told you to give up. The world only sees the shine. They don't see the scars. They only see the strength. They don't see the wounds that forged it. They only see the crown. They don't see the price. But heaven saw. The unseen realm witnessed every sacrifice, and now the reward is written across your life. The crown fits you because you carried it long before anyone else could see it. Chosen ones are not made in ease. They are not formed in comfort. They are not shaped by applause or recognition. They are refined in the fire. And you, chosen one, have walked through the fire. You have felt the flames of trial licking at your soul. You have endured seasons when everything you thought was secure suddenly crumbled beneath your feet. You have stood in the furnace of affliction, where the heat was so intense, you wondered if you would survive. But the fire did not come to destroy you. The fire came to purify you. It came to strip away the illusions, the false identities, the attachments that were never meant to define you. It burned away weakness. It burned away doubt. It burned away every part of you that could not carry the weight of your destiny. The pain you endured was not punishment. It was preparation. The wounds you suffered were not random. They were purposeful. The tears you shed were not wasted. They watered the soil of the new version of you. Every sleepless night was reshaping you. Every heartbreak was stretching your capacity. Every disappointment was chiseling your character. The furnace left scars, yes. But those scars are not shame. They are proof. Proof that you were tested and you endured. Proof that you were crushed and yet not destroyed. Proof that you paid the price in full, not with coins or applause, but with your very soul. Every scar became a mark of wisdom. Every wound became a well of compassion. Every tear became a reservoir of strength. You came out of the fire different, refined, hardened where you needed to be hardened, softened where you needed to be softened, more whole, more alive, more aligned with who you truly are. That is why the crown does not slip from your head. That is why it sits firmly, perfectly balanced, as if it was designed for you alone. Because it was. The fire prepared you for it. The furnace molded you to fit it. The suffering carved out the exact shape of resilience required to hold it. You are not who you were before the fire. The old you could not wear this crown. The crown would have been too heavy then. The calling would have been too much. But now, after all the breaking, after all the purging, after all the refining, you carry it with grace. The crown fits you because you have been transformed by the very trials that were meant to end you, and no one can take that away. The crown upon your head does not exist to make you look superior. It is not a symbol for vanity, pride, or empty glory. It is not about being admired, praised, or worshipped. The crown of a chosen one is a mantle of responsibility, a silent weight that reminds you of where you have been and what you must now carry forward. It represents the wisdom carved out of pain. It represents the resilience born from seasons of struggle. It represents the inner strength that no book could teach you, no teacher could hand to you, no shortcut could deliver. This crown is evidence that you walked through valleys of shadows and came out not bitter, but brighter. You carry scars that most people would hide, yet you wear them as proof that the fire did not consume you. Every mark, every wound, every memory of loss, it is etched into the gold of your crown. And when people look at you now, they may see only confidence, glow, and unshakable presence. But you know the truth. You know the tears that watered the soil beneath your feet. You know the silence you endured when no one understood your cries. The crown is not about being above others. The crown is about being able to stand when others fall, to guide when others are lost, to shine when the world goes dark. That is why it fits you now. Because the old version of you, the one who doubted, the one who feared, the one who questioned their own worth, is gone. That version of you was buried in the furnace of trials. In its place stands a reborn soul, steady, unmovable, unshaken by the storms that once terrified you. Chosen one, understand this. The crown does not rest on your head by chance. It fits because you are no longer who you once were. You have been broken, remolded, and remade. You carry wisdom that many twice your age may never touch. You walk with a strength that cannot be faked, and you move with a purpose that cannot be stolen. So when you feel the weight of that crown pressing upon you, do not shrink back. Do not question if you deserve it. Remember, the crown is not about appearance. It is about responsibility, destiny, and light. You wear it not to boast, but to remind the world that survival can lead to transformation, and transformation can lead to hope. You are not crowned to dominate. You are crowned to inspire. You are crowned to serve. You are crowned to awaken others who are still asleep in their pain. The crown fits you because destiny knew you would carry it with humility, not arrogance. With grace, not greed. With compassion, not pride. That is why it belongs to you. That is why no one else can take it away. Not everyone could carry this. That is why you were chosen. Many wanted the glory, but they did not want the weight. Many wanted the crown, but they were not willing to pay the price. They wanted the light, but they feared the fire. But you went through it. You did not run from it. Your journey was never ordinary, because your destiny was never ordinary. You were called into storms that most people would avoid. You were forced to walk through seasons of silence where God seemed far, where answers never came, where friends disappeared, and where your heart nearly gave up. Yet, you endured. Where others broke, you stood. Where others turned bitter, you chose to grow. Where others walked away, you kept walking forward. This is why the crown belongs to you, not because you demanded it, not because you chased it, but because you were made for it. You see, the chosen are never chosen because they are the loudest, the strongest, or the most celebrated. They are chosen because life demanded a level of resilience in them that no one else could sustain. Life carved out a vessel that could carry both the pain and the promise. You were chosen because you could endure what others could not. You were chosen because your heart could still hold compassion, even after betrayal. You were chosen because your spirit refused to stay down, even when crushed by disappointment. The crown fits you, not because you desired it, but because destiny tailored it for you. Every trial was a measurement. Every heartbreak was a shaping. Every rejection was a cut of the stone. And now, when it sits upon your head, it fits with perfection because it was always meant for you. Yes, you paid the price, but the price was not to break you. It was to build you. The sleepless nights, the lonely roads, the unanswered prayers, they were not punishment. They were preparation. And now you are here, standing, breathing, unbroken, the very evidence of why you were chosen. Never forget this. Chosen ones are not the strongest by chance. They are the strongest because life demanded it, because destiny required it, because their crown would be heavy, and only a spirit like yours could carry it. That is why you were chosen. That is why you are here. That is why the crown fits. There will come a moment when the very people who doubted you will no longer be able to look away. They will be forced to watch your rise, and nothing they do can stop it. For years they whispered about you, mocked you, dismissed you, counted you out, even laughed at the very thought of your success. But the same mouths that spoke against you will soon be silent, and their eyes will witness what destiny has done in your life. They will not understand it. They will not comprehend how you survived battles that should have destroyed you. They will be confused by the fact that you shine after walking through so much darkness. They will wonder why your spirit glows while theirs remains heavy, why your presence carries peace while they still fight storms within. They will see the crown on your head, and they will whisper to themselves, "How? How does it fit them so perfectly?" And you will know, you will remember. You will recall every lonely night when you felt like giving up, every tear that fell when no one noticed, every rejection that cut deep into your soul. You will remember how you almost let go, how you almost surrendered to despair, how you almost laid down and refused to rise again. But you didn't. You endured. You paid the price. And now, what was hidden in the shadows is about to be revealed in the light. The world will see not only your crown, but also your character. They will see how you carry yourself with humility, when pride could have easily taken over. They will see how you treat others with compassion, when bitterness could have hardened your heart. They will see how you continue to stand tall, not because you want to be seen, but because destiny requires it of you. Understand this. The chosen ones never rise to seek validation. You did not survive just to prove a point. You did not endure pain just to show off. Your rise is not a performance. It is the unveiling of what was always within you. It is the revealing of what life was shaping in the hidden places. The crown is not about them. It is about destiny. Still, destiny has a way of making sure others see. Because when they see you, when they witness your glow, when they behold your strength, they will realize that everything they thought about you was wrong. They thought you were weak. They thought you were finished. They thought you had no future. Yet here you are, standing, shining, crowned. The very people who once turned their backs on you will be the ones to watch as doors open in your life that no human hand can shut. They will see opportunities find you, favor surround you, and blessings overflow where once there was only lack. They will see the fruit of every silent seed you planted in tears. They will see the harvest of every sacrifice you made in faith. And while they are shocked, you will remain steady because you know something they don't. You know the cost. You know the battles. You know the pain that shaped the person you have become. And that knowledge keeps you grounded, humble, unshaken. This is why your crown does not slip. This is why it fits perfectly. Because it is not built on vanity or applause. It is built on endurance, sacrifice, and destiny itself. Chosen one, the world will see. They will see not just what you wear, but who you are. They will see not just the shine of your crown, but the fire of your spirit. They will see not just your rise, but your resilience. And when they see, they will have no choice but to acknowledge, you were chosen all along. Chosen one, hear me clearly. The crown you wear is not an accident. It was not given lightly. It belongs to you because you paid the price no one else was willing to pay. Every sacrifice, every heartbreak, every closed door, it all brought you here. And now your crown fits. Walk with it, live with it, shine with it, because the world needs your light, and nothing, no enemy, no force of darkness can take away what destiny has sealed upon your head. You are chosen. You are crowned, and you are unstoppable.